What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so I'm just really touching base with the Pixel 5 being my daily driver device going forward. I always find myself drawn to going back to the Pixel 5, and I think one of the real biggest things about the Pixel 5 that just draws me back to it isn't the size in itself. Much easier for me to manage a phone of that size. I know more and more devices are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But not getting like drastically huge like phablets back in the day, right? So we're getting like very, much bigger displays with a smaller body frame, just because the screen to body ratio is now in like the 90%. So they're like, anywhere between like 85 to 90. On a real good day, it's like 91, 93% screen to body ratio. So you're getting much bigger displays, smaller form factors, but trying to cram a 6.7-inch display in something as small as this body wise, it's a bit challenging. So I don't know, I guess with the Pixel 5, just the way that it performs and functions, I have no problems with it. I know people tend to get frustrated, just because the spec sheets reads differently. And some of you guys will deny it, and that's okay. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, but there are people who just base everything on what's down on paper. What does the spec sheet say? What does this website say the specs are? Not even actually playing around with the phone, not even actually using the phone and using it to how they would normally use a phone. They don't do that, and so therefore they just automatically assume it's going to be a terrible experience. And it's furthest from that. Pixel 5 is a very capable phone. I really, to be honest with everybody, I really wish that that there was something that Google would copy from Apple. And you know how Apple has the SE models, which basically makes a playback on the previous designs, and just kind of like, brings a retro design back, but with modern day specs. I really wish that Google would consider the Pixel 5, the body style, design, screen display, and everything with just more updated specifications, right? Like I would definitely drop, $400, right? Sell it at $399. I would totally buy a Pixel version of an SE that's built like the 5, selfie punch out camera up there, dual or triple camera sensors on the back if they wanted to introduce another camera sensor, maybe like the telephoto, and put in like the Tensor G2 and sell it for $399. I would so totally buy one. I really think that, the A series has been where Google can cut corners on things that don't matter to show you what does matter, and introduce a Pixel device at a cheaper price with the main essential focuses of Google Pixels, minus all the outside stuff, right? Which they're kind of gradually bringing those in. Like they're bringing in, like the water resistance. Eventually they're going to be bringing in wireless charging. And, so eventually the A series will, is always going to be like the high mid-ranger. Just a few sacrifices to make it affordable compared to its flagship counterparts, the flagship model and the Pro model, the flagship. And so I really, really, really wish Google would consider that. This is the reason why I wanted to be in Team Pixel. I have all these ideas, and I just want to be able to pitch them to Google to see if it's something that they could run with that would be amazing for people out there. Like I know like some of the consumers don't care, and that's totally fine. But when you have more options out there, it means more phones in people's hands, and it means more people like me advocating for those phones, telling people about those phones, because it kind of fits a person's budget. It fits what they need. And me personally, I just think it'd be super cool to have a Pixel 5 reintroduced back into the market with a special, unique name to it, and update it, with more RAM. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be like the same as a flagship. It don't need to be like 8 gigabytes of RAM or 12 gigabytes of RAM. 6 will be just fine. I have no problem running 6 gigabytes of RAM. Do a 256 model, a 512 model, and a 128 model, and you got options right there. But most importantly, it's this size, this design, and the Tensor G2 would be so amazing. So imagine all the amazing photos I can take with this device if I had also like the Google AI tips and tricks there, right? Like Magic Eraser and such. We don't, because this has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G. But all in all, just, to close this video out, I gotta say that my experience with the Pixel 5 is always gonna be amazing. I find this phone as a very underrated phone. A lot of people kind of like slept on it without really using it, and then spoke too fast and then tend to just, you know, go online and have arguments with other people who say that the phone is good. My personal findings, me using this phone and comparing it to other Pixel phones, it's solid. You would never feel a huge difference between the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 4, the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 6. And yeah, remember, I ran this phone alongside those flagships for months. And so, yeah, between the two, never missed anything when I was using the Pixel 5 from either one, the 4 or the 6. So that should just tell you right there. Thanks for watching this video. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are if they were to, you know, take the Pixel 5 and reintroduce it back with the Tensor G2 chip. Would you buy one? Especially at a price tag of $399. Let me know in the comment section of the video. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed it. Helps beat the algorithm and get my video circulated. And until next time, aloha.